the United States carried out fresh airstrikes on Iran, prompting Tehran to retaliate by striking US-aligned nations in the Middle East. This exchange of hostilities jeopardized an interim agreement aimed at bringing the ongoing conflict in the region to a close. According to the Central Command of the US military, a total of 90 targets were struck throughout Iran, which seemingly included attacks on an airport runway as well as missile launch facilities. The US said the strikes aimed to further degrade Iran's ability to threaten freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. Prior to the onset of the war, which was marked by US and Israeli strikes on February 28th, a significant portion, 1/5 of the global oil and natural gas trade, transited through the strait. Explosions were reported by Iranian state media in various locations, notably in Bushehr, which houses Iran's nuclear power facility, as well as in southern port cities. Speaking to Iran's state-operated IRNA news agency, Ehsan Jahanian, an official from Bushehr, claimed that the US conducted strikes close to the nuclear site around midday, just hours after Central Command announced the conclusion of its most recent offensive. The Central Command of the US military released a statement outlining the targets of its operations, but did not reference the nuclear power plant at all. Back-and-forth attacks have tested the ceasefire time and again, but the latest surge of crossfire seemed more extensive, with sirens blaring at least 3 times in Bahrain, which houses the US Navy's 5th Fleet headquarters, while missiles were aimed at Kuwait and Qatar. Additionally, sirens echoed in Jordan, where US troops and aircraft are stationed. In Kuwait, the military reported that 1 individual was injured by falling debris during the interception of 3 ballistic missiles, 1 cruise missile, and 10 drones. Bahrain reported that it successfully intercepted incoming fire, though no further details were provided. Meanwhile, Mohammed al-Momani, a spokesperson for the Jordanian government, confirmed that all incoming fire from Iran had been thwarted. Iranian state TV said the country's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard fired missiles at a US base in Jordan. Reports from Qatar indicated that there were no immediate assessments of any damage. US President Donald Trump remarked that the recent assaults by Iran on vessels in the Strait of Hormuz indicated the collapse of a tenuous ceasefire, warning that the situation could intensify further should these attacks continue. For weeks now, the US president has searched for an Iran off-ramp, but did a new Iranian kill plot make showman Trump order fresh American military strikes against the Shia regime? Here's all you need to know. According to the Wall Street Journal, Israel provided the United States with new intelligence suggesting that Iran devised a new scheme to assassinate President Trump. CNN reported that Washington has monitored a steady drumbeat of intelligence about possible plans to assassinate Trump, but the warning from Israel was new and concerned a specific plot. As he flew home from a NATO summit in Turkey on Wednesday, July 8th, Trump said, "They want to take out the US leader, me. I'm on whatever list. I saw this morning. I'm on every single one of their lists." Trump used his old Air Force One plane to leave Turkey, where the summit took place, sending his new Qatari-gifted jet on ahead to Britain, where he switched planes for the journey to Washington. The decision to transition from the newly acquired aircraft during its inaugural international voyage raised eyebrows and led to speculation that it might have been due to insufficient security features, especially in light of the US initiating new military actions against Iran, a country that shares a border with Turkey. Israel's reported intelligence tip-off may well have made Trump go on the Iran offensive again. For several years, Iran has publicly promised to take revenge on Trump for the killing of Qasem Soleimani, a high-ranking general in the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, which occurred during Trump's initial term in office. Israel boasts globally feared intelligence agencies. Israel's intelligence agencies have gained an aura of invincibility over the decades because of a string of achievements. Israel has foiled West Bank plots, allegedly hunted down Hamas operatives in the UAE, and been accused of killing nuclear scientists in the heart of Iran. Mossad is one of the three major intelligence organizations of Israel, along with Amman, which is in charge of military intelligence, and the Shin Bet, which oversees internal security. Even when their efforts have stumbled, agencies like the Mossad, Shin Bet, and military intelligence have maintained their mystique. The recent military actions taken by the US and Iran have sparked fears that the region might plunge back into a conflict capable of engulfing multiple nations, which could disrupt vital energy shipments through the strait, essential for the stability of the global economy. Trump said that the interim ceasefire agreement was over. The President of the United States expressed that he would permit the negotiations to proceed. However, he believed that the negotiators were merely wasting their time. Negotiations to reach a final deal were due to start after the funeral for Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. The discussions are intended to tackle the most challenging issues, such as the complete reopening of the Strait of Hormuz and rolling back Tehran's contentious nuclear program. For several decades, Iran has regarded the United States and Israel as principal threats to its theocratic regime. Following the 1979 revolution, the newly established Islamic Republic tagged the US as the Great Satan and Israel as the Little Satan. Iran perceives Israel as an obstacle to the establishment of a Palestinian state. Iran also perceives Israel as a real security threat due to its nuclear capabilities and military superiority.